quarter, this is how we write the fraction quarter. It's 1 with the line with a 4. So a quarter, here I'm going to draw a square. I know that the bottom number of my fraction, the number 4, tells me how many equal parts I need to split my whole into. So I need to now split the square into 4 equal parts. And the top number, the number 1, tells me how many parts we have. So we're looking at 1 part here, so I shade in 1 part. If I want to find a quarter of this shape, I need to look at how many parts are making up this whole. So I need to count the squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So what I actually need to find is a quarter of 12. To do this, I know the bottom number, the 4, tells me what I need to divide my number by. So 12 divided by 4. I can do that by my knowledge of my 4 times tables or counting up in 4s to help me. So how many 4s are there in 12? 4, 8, 12. There are 3. 1, 2, 3. 3 4s in 12. So therefore I need to shade 3 of my squares. 1, 2, 3. And that is a quarter of this shape. Now I need to find a quarter of an amount or a quantity. Find 1/4 of 16. So I need to find a quarter of 16. Again, this is where you can use your items, your pasta, your beads, your sweets. Draw a big rectangle. This time we're looking at 1/4. I can see that the number 4 is on the bottom, so I need to split my rectangle into 4 equal parts. So there, I've done that, 4 equal parts. I now need to do 16 divided by 4, so this is where you can share your 16 counters or whatever you have into these 4 parts. I'm going to do it with the dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And then I can count to see how many dots I have in each part. Or how many 4s are there in 16? This is a quicker method. If you're quick with your times tables, you'll know how to do this. So counting up in 4s. 4, 8, 12, 16. There are 4 4s in 16, and you can see from the picture there are 4 dots in each part. So 1/4 of 16 equals 4. And now we've got 3 quarters. 3 quarters. Again, my square is my whole. My bottom number tells me how many parts I need to split my whole into. So my bottom number here is a 4. I need to split my whole, there you go, into 4 equal parts. And now my top number tells me how many parts we have. It says 3, so I'm now going to shade in 3 of those parts, and that image there shows 3 quarters. Right here I've got shade 3 quarters of this shape. So again I'm going to look to see how many squares I have that make up my whole. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I need to find first for this example, because it's 3 quarters, first I'm going to find 1/4 of 12. So we're going to do 12 divided by 4. How many 4s are there in 12? 4, 8, 12. So we know then 1/4 of 12 is 3. 12 divided by 4 is 3. But this question wanted us to find 3 quarters of 12. So what we need to do is do 3 times 3. 1/4 of 12 is 3. That's where we get our first 3. And we want to find out what 3 quarters is. So we need to times that by 3. Now 3 times 3, you use your knowledge of 3 times tables. You count up in 3s 3 times. And the answer for that is 9. Therefore 3 quarters of 12 is 9. So we need to shade 12 of these squares. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And that is 3 quarters of 12. Now for this question we need to find 3 quarters of 20. So first again we're going to find out what 1/4 of 20 is. I'm going to draw a big rectangle. This is where you can do it on a piece of paper and use your counters or sweets or pasta to share out 20 equally. So I've split my whole into 4 equal parts because I know from my fraction it's into 4 equal parts, the bottom number. And I need to do 20 divided by 4 is the number sentence. I'm going to share out my 20 things now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. A quicker way of doing that is saying how many 4s are there in 20. So 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. There are 5 4s in 20. So 1/4 of 20 is 5, or 20 divided by 4 is 5. Or looking at the image, there is 5 dots in each quarter. So 1/4 is 5. We need to look at 3/4 of 20 now. So we need to do 5, which was 1/4, times 3, because we're looking at 3/4. We can count up in 3s or 5s here to find the answer, and the answer is 15. Or we can count 3 of our quarters in our dots. We count 3 of those parts, and that's 15. And now we have this fraction, which is 1/3, a third. So here we have a rectangle as my whole. I need to split it into 3 equal parts because that's what my bottom number of my fraction tells me. And I have my top number, which is a 1, so I know I have 1 part, so I shade in 1 of those parts. Finding 1/3 of 15. So here we have 1/3 of 15. This is where you can draw a big rectangle on a piece of paper. This time we need to split our rectangle into 3 equal parts. So there you go, I've done that there. And what I'm doing here is 15 divided by 3. How many 3s are there in 15? Or we can share our 15 counters or sweets or pasta, whatever you've got. I'm going to use my dots and share them equally into these 3 parts. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. How many 3s? We can count up in 3s. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. I can see there that there are 5 3s. If you look at the image, there are 5 3s. So 1/3 of 15 is 5. Right, that is the end of this fractions video. Remember to look on the Larkhall Primary School website. There will be a Year 2 fraction booklet for you to complete. So it's quite a long booklet with lots of different questions that are really good if you could practice as many of them as you can, because the more we practice, the better we get. Send us any pictures of your work to our email address, or log into Seesaw and post a picture. We would love to see what you've been doing and the great learning that you've been doing at home. It's really important that while you're not at school, you're still doing learning to grow your brains and get your building learning powers big, muscles really big and strong. That's what we want. I hope you're all taking care of each other, that you're listening to your adults at home, you're having fun, enjoying the sunshine and doing a little bit of work. I miss you loads and hopefully get to see you all soon or in the next video. Take care. Bye.